So, tad bit of an update. First, one, my hair looks stupid. I know I closed last night and I fell asleep right after I showered. Yeah, I didn't watch that much this month specifically because, but here's a good thing. We are currently filming this on a Sunday, April 25th. And this Monday is my last week of school, and then next week all I have is finals all day Monday and Tuesday, and then I'm done. The bad thing is that I probably am gonna have to start working full time. But it also means that I don't have to work and do school, so no more homework. Good. So yeah, I didn't watch that much this week, or this month, sorry. But we're gonna go through all the shit I watched. So the first thing that I watched was The Taking of Deborah Logan. I was pleasantly shocked by how good this movie was, because I wasn't really expecting anything, admittedly. I'm not really into ghost movies, more specifically ghost found footage. It was really good. I enjoyed it. It was fucking nuts. Story-wise, it was really good, but the special effects were really good. I really liked them. So I gave that one 3.5 stars. Next, we watched American Murder, The Family Next Door. I don't rate documentaries in general, but specifically true crime documentaries. I feel really weird about that. Yeah, I just logged them. I watched this one on Netflix because I kept seeing about it all over my Twitter feed. And yeah, it was incredibly sad and incredibly demented. And I hope the guy that does it rots. Rots. Basically, it's about this guy. It's called American Murder again. It's about this guy who killed his entire family because he had an affair and he didn't want his family anymore. So he thought, hey, let me restart, and he killed them. And he put his daughter's bodies, I can't remember, he put somebody in a water tank. It was either his daughter's bodies or his wife's body. I can't remember which one. Yeah. Next, I watched that one like at the very beginning of April. Next we have Serial Experiments Lain. Holy shit. Please watch this. I don't know how, no, it's better if you go into it without knowing anything. 90s anime, think the way that Japan was incredibly afraid of technology is, in my opinion, one of the best things that happened to horror in the 90s. I love that shit. And actually, Serial Experiments Lain is very accurate to our world now, in my opinion. So yeah, I thought it was cool. Next, we watched Insidious. This is all of them. All the Insidious movies, all 4. I was staying at somebody's house. I was house sitting, and I just decided to watch all of them. First one, we have 3.5 stars. Pleasantly surprised. I loved Tucker and Specs. I think that's their name. I'm a sucker for Leigh Whannell. That's why I watched them. So yeah, 3.5 stars. Second one, gave that one 3 stars. Third one, I gave that one 3 stars. And the last one, I gave that one 2 stars. I had the hiccups. Okay, the third one wasn't, like, amazing, but I did think it was very interesting how, like, the final girl, I mean, I know she's dead, but what I would consider the final girl of the Insidious movies is, like, an older woman. And I don't mean, like, older, like, 40, I mean, like, she's, like, a grandma, but she's, like, badass, you know what I mean? I don't know, I thought it was neat. And she's been through a lot of shit, and that's an important part of her character. Anyways, next we watch Willow Creek. I only gave Willow Creek 2 stars. Why? It was good. Don't get me wrong. The scene where they're inside the tent and it's like outside was dope. Yeah, I was a little frightened there. I mean, not frightened, but like I was like nervous. I was like, oh, what's gonna happen? But the taking the entire plot of the Blair Witch and being like, let's make it Bigfoot, wasn't something that I necessarily respected as a creative choice. I don't know why. It felt like a Blair Witch remake, but with Bigfoot. But it was trying to sell it off as something like completely brand new. But it was literally the Blair Witch, but with Bigfoot. Anyways, next we have Ghost in Shell. I gave that one 4 stars. This is the original one from the 90s, not the remake with Scarlett Johansson. That's like live action and American. I didn't watch that one. Anyways, again, I love the whole 90s Japanese tech thing. I think it's so beautiful. And I will like anything with 90s Japanese tech, anime-esque. Not even anime. I love the horror stuff too. I love Ringu. I love the original Ring movies. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. Next we have Creep. Holy shit. I watched this movie for the first time at a sleepover in middle school. And at the time, I do remember the main thing that I remembered rewatching this for the first time in like, Jesus, like 6 years was the Peach Fuzz dance. Because I remember watching that after fucking ice skating. We went ice skating and then we went home and we watched Creep. And I do remember being like, this is so stupid. But yeah, as I was watching it again now, there was a lot of respect there. I respect it. I get it now. Yeah, so I gave it 4 stars. And even though it's a rewatch, I didn't remember any of it, so I'm including it in this list. And I have feelings for Joseph. I do. Admittedly, I do. And I think that might be one of the reasons why I liked it so much. Anywho, enough of that. I watched the first Human Centipede movie. I'd never seen these before. Yeah. I started writing a script for those, specifically about the movie's plot points, but also the backstory behind it, because while watching it, I was like, where did these ideas come from? So I looked into it, and it was actually very interesting. I give the first Human Centipede movie 3 stars. I don't usually rate torture porn, shock horror this high, except for Saw. I love the first Saw movie. The first Saw movie is an amazing thriller, in my opinion. But Human Centipede was pretty legit. I don't like the German doctor guy. I think the German doctor guy was what made it from just like, oh, let's sew everyone's faces onto each other's butts, and made it like, oh, this is actually kind of scary to me. German doctor guy made me nervous, but also the main characters made so many stupid decisions that I couldn't fully enjoy it. I'm going to talk about that more later. Next, I watched Midori, which is the movie that TikTok does not want anyone to watch. I gave that one 3 stars, because even though it was disgusting and gross, I liked Midori's story. That rhymed. But I liked her as a person, and I liked her as a character and all the things that she went through. I had feelings. Midori gave me feelings. I felt bad, you know what I mean? And also I thought that the art style, although it is disgusting, you can barely see that. This art style is gorgeous. Gorgeous. I'm sorry, but it is. I love the 90s anime art style. But I made another video about that, and I will be posting that later. I also watched the second Human Centipede movie, and that movie, if I could have given it 0 stars, I would have. But it ended up getting a whopping ½ star, which is the lowest possible rating I could give it. I might watch the third one. I don't know. I would like to, so I can finish my video script, but the second one was so much worse than the first one. It was so bad. It was so bad. And I couldn't tell if it was, I don't know. I really didn't like the second Human Centipede movie. I think it may have been one of the nastiest movies that I have ever sat through. And I didn't realize that the second Human Centipede movie was going to be that gross, because the Human Centipede movies are laughed at. So I wasn't expecting it, and then it hit, and I was like, oh shit, this is really gross. Anywho, if I watch any more movies, I will add on to this video. Obviously, I don't know if I will or not. I'm almost done with Night in the Woods, and I want to finish that first. But yeah. I hope you have a good day, and goodbye.